There's this really cool lounge bar attached to the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center downtown. It's called Judson's Live. It's like, if you could imagine like an old school jazz nightclub where like two top low round tables with like a little lamp on each of them.
Right. Just not functional.
But well, functional for what they do, which is like have small accent.
Well, I mean, functional for like, you just got maybe room to like set your like
You're not eating
Manhattan.
dinner. Yeah, correct. Maybe your significant other, your wife's Cosmo, and your martini, and then yes, that's exactly right. You're not eating a dinner, a meal there.
Everybody looks good in low light.
Right. And the stage is, I don't know, 8 inches risen, maybe 14 inches. Like it's not like, it's just a very.
I know about 8 inches. I don't know about 14.
So, and no, so
I don't.
What I would like to say this to Sam, if she's listening, this whole thing just sucked. Then we'll just cut this out. But I think so. My idea is to book that room.
Okay.
Okay. And I want to do like maybe half an hour. Okay. We invite our friends. I mean, everybody's got to pay. It costs money to book the room.
Okay.
Right. Costs money.
No, I got it.
And then there's another guy in town who I'm not going to say his name because he hasn't agreed to it yet, but he's also clean. Does be very funny. I'd like to see if he would feature, and then I'll do 30.
Carrot Top?
No, he's out there with like all the prop stuff. He does live here.
That's why
I probably see him all the time. No, not him. But what I want to talk to you about is, do you think we could do something?
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Like a little live something?
If we did like 30 minutes, right? So this guy does 30 minutes, we do 30 minutes, and then I'll do 30. What do you think about that?
Sure.
You think it'd be fun? People would go. I think our
we could
friends
do that. I
would.
think we'd have to put some effort into it.
Oh, we're not.
Well, you definitely have to put effort into it. I think I'm best when I just wing it.
Good morning, students. May I have your attention, please, for this morning's announcements?
I said quiet.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. Your homework is due every single day.
Even if you're late, you're already late. So don't run about it.
I see your shirt is untucked again.
I said that's enough. Out in the hall. Both of you.
Hey, I know it's the middle of the day, and
that's great. Don't worry, it's not the middle of the day.
No. Why you call me after hours? So I have an idea that I want to run by you.
Okay.
And full disclosure, you do not know what I'm going to say.
No.
It's just an idea. So there's this really cool. Is that boozy?
No, it's not boozy.
It's like a Red Bull. Yeah. Oh, I tried that in my man. Like
really
2 like roast fruity.
I only got 10 calories.
That means there's something else in it.
It's,
okay. So here's my idea. There's this really cool lounge bar attached to the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center downtown. It's called Judson's Live. It's like, you could imagine like an old school jazz where like 2 top low round tables with like a little lamp on each of them.
Right. Just not functional.
But well, functional for what they do, which is like have small accent.
Well, I mean, functional for like, you just got maybe room to like set your like
you're not eating
Manhattan down.
Correct. Maybe your significant other, your wife's Cosmo,
a martini,
and your martini. And then yes, that's exactly right. It's not eating a dinner, a meal there.
Everybody looks good in low light.
Right. And the stage is, I don't know, 8 inches risen, maybe 14 inches. Like it's not like, it's just a very.
I know about 8 inches. I don't know about 14.
So, and no, you don't. So what I would like to do, say this to Sam, if she's listening, better be. This whole thing just sucks, and we'll just cut this out. But I think so. My idea is to book that room. Okay. And I want to do like maybe half an hour. Okay. We invite our friends. I mean, everybody's got to pay. It costs money to book the room.
Okay.
Right. Costs money.
No, I got it.
Then there's another guy in town who I'm not going to say his name because he hasn't agreed to it yet, but he's also clean. Does be very funny. I'd like to see if he would feature, and then I'll do 30.
Carrot Top?
No, he's out there with like all the prop stuff. He does live here.
That's why I
probably
said
see him all the time. No, not him. But what I want to talk to you about is, do you think we could do something?
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Like a little live something?
If we did like 30 minutes, right? So this guy does 30 minutes, we do 30 minutes, and then I'll do 30. What do you think about that?
Sure.
You think it'd be fun? People would go. I think our
we could
friends
do that.
would.
I think we'd have to put some effort into it.
Oh, we're not.
Well, you definitely have to put effort into it. I think I'm best when I just wing it.
Okay, so stop right there.
It's a joke.
No.
I'm not going to wing it.
That's great. I want you to stop right there. I want to welcome everyone to episode 35, spring semester 14. And I'm Ryno, that's Willy Mammoth. I want to go right into passing a note with that.
Who's this from?
Annie in Louisville. Cute name. I went to college with a friend of the Willy Mammoths from high school. She's who turned me on to your show. My husband and I love it. We've shared it with all of our friends here in Louisville. I have a question for you guys.
Annie.
I don't think she knows somebody you went to high school with from college. Do you take this seriously? Sounds like a loaded question, and it seems to me that you take it very seriously, but I just wondered what your true feelings are. Not sure if you'll read this, but I thought I would take a shot.
I enjoy it, so I don't know if that means I'm taking it seriously. I mean, I have prepared. Generally, I'm prepared.
I think our answer is yes.
Right? I mean, it feels like.
I mean, there's a significant amount of timing and traveling and planning that goes into this.
And capital.
This studio, I don't know if you know, this doesn't just happen.
We we should probably change the backdrop, maybe the arrangement for our next
For sophomore
semester,
season?
for next
Sophomore year?
next year. Yeah, just thinking out loud.
I love that.
Maybe we could construct. How are your construction skills?
Not great.
I think mine are adequate for.
You did just put the deck thing in your truck.
I tell you what,
I got to go look at it. Do you love it?
I paid for that.
Oh, your back hurt. It's
Yeah.
not light, is it?
The instructions on it were hilarious. So
Describe for
So the
what
deck,
the deck
so
system is.
Ryno had one, and he showed it to me. It's like it basically fills up about half of your truck bed, and it's depth wise. So it cuts it in half depth wise, and then it's like a drawer system on top.
It takes the entire floor.
The bed.
plan.
It basically creates a new bed to your truck, just about halfway up.
Yeah, that's fair.
The depth, the current bed, and has a payload capacity about 2,000 pounds. So you can still put stuff on top of it, and then it's like a drawer system basically that's you can store stuff in. It's watertight. You know, you can slide stuff in and out. Tools, all that stuff. It basically kind of replaces the toolbox that was up toward the cab of the truck.
And this is way easier to get into because they slide out.
But I think most people just normally have somebody else install them.
I bet it's 50-50.
Yeah. So I had this shipped to my house on a pallet, and I read the instructions, and it was like, you've been working out, you can probably do this. I'm like,
okay,
try it, see what happens. But the end of every single, so they had like every page had like an illustration of
would
steps.
you say it was easy to understand?
It was easy to understand. Took about 3 hours.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. But I was just in one of those days where I've been just thinking so much for work and just a ton of stuff on my mind. And like, I just needed to just like zone out and follow.
Like cutting grass.
Just needed to follow instructions.
I love that. I love the way you said it. Some days you just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do.
My entire life is me trying to figure it out without an instruction manual.
Yes.
And now I didn't care how long it took, and I just needed the time. I turned on like a playlist and just sort of
got some good tunes.
I turned on a playlist that I'd never heard before. And so every single song was kind of a surprise. So I found some new music.
I love that.
Out of it, right?
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Anything we need to know about?
I put on calming music.
Okay. So not like an artist we're going to go listen to.
I mean, maybe it was a lot of these Spotify artists that get good and are discovered on those kind of platforms. Anyways, it was good. I just needed something to kind of lower my blood pressure and just sort of get through it. But the instructions were hilarious. It gave an illustration on one side of the page, and on the other side of the page, it gave like 1 through 5. You're doing steps 1 through 5.
Okay.
But at the end of every single section, it had like a different suggestion that you do something. That was the last step in the instructions. One of them was like, now stand up and stretch out your hamstrings, right?
Okay.
And then the next one was that you finished the next section. It said, now take off your shirt and flex in the middle of the street. Do 2 karate kicks. And they're like, so there was probably 8 sections total. So you're like doing
They're having fun with it.
Yeah, they were having
fun with it. They're
having a great time with it. So like I literally did every single thing that it told me to do.
I love every part of that.
So I can only imagine, and I think some of these things were done for like calisthenics purposes, like so you didn't hurt yourself. Right. So like I can only imagine if I didn't follow the instructions and I didn't stretch out my back or my hamstring or do some karate kicks like it told me to do.
Just see you out there with like beer in one hand.
And then you just I felt my back still hurts from it. But like,
what do you think the heaviest piece you had to lift was?
I think the heaviest piece was probably
poundage.
Yeah, no. Not kilograms.
No. I didn't want you to say, oh, the ball bearing system. Like, tell me how much it was.
No, right. That's how I took it.
Okay.
I would say probably to get one section of the decked portion up without the drawer into it was probably, I don't know, 100 pounds.
Really? I'm laughing at myself. Sorry, because it's a bad habit, although it's turned to a funny habit where I will ask a question that's very easy to understand. And then I feel the need to explain it further as if I'm talking to a complete idiot. Really. I'm sorry.
And sometimes talking to somebody of the opposite sex, and this is just true, it's not dumb or smart, just women tend to think differently
totally
than men do. So when you construct your questions sometimes to another guy, it's very apparent what you're asking.
Right.
If you're chatting with a member of the opposite sex or your spouse or something like that, your mother or your sister or something like that, they look at you like you're an idiot.
Right.
Or they give you an answer that like means totally something different.
Right. Like if I said, what do you think the heaviest thing you lifted was?
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, what
the
was
dresser.
This? Yeah, the dresser. Right. No. I know. How much do you think the dresser was?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
But you got it, and I'm sorry for patronizing you.
No, and both answers are correct.
Oh, that's for sure.
But this is why there's a few reasons why men do tend to argue a bit more than say 2 dudes. That's why I think it would be great to be gay.
Okay. Would be interesting.
It seems like you'd understand each other more.
You could just have a friend.
Right. But that friend couldn't also fulfill other aspects of your life that you would probably.
Companionship.
Something like that. If you were just friends.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Well, we all fell in love with our guy, Nate Bargatze.
Right.
During the Tennessee Kid, when he tells the story about asking his wife what time they're leaving.
Right.
She goes,
you
remember this bit? He's going to meet her. He's leaving like Detroit. She's leaving Nashville. They're
right.
going to meet in the airport at wherever they're both going. Florida. Florida somewhere, actually. He calls and says, what time do you leave? She says, we leave at 11. Looks at his watch. It's 10:30 and they're still at home, which he says, I don't think you could make, I don't know if you know how an airport works. I don't think you could make
He
that
meant the
plane.
departing flight time.
And she said,
she's
no,
like
that's what I'm leaving for the airport, right?
Right.
And that moment that America fell in love with it.
It
Because
makes a lot of sense.
everybody can relate to that.
Also, too, with like his wife selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace for $5.
What are we doing here?
It's worth being murdered over. Giving our address to random strangers on the internet. That was good, Annie. Yes, we do take it seriously. I feel
We do.
Yes,
I pulled that because that's important to me that people know that we take it. I think they do.
I take our friendship seriously.
I take everything seriously.
Do you?
Rarely. I do take our friendship very seriously. I got a lunch lady from Sean in Dallas. He says, love tacos like the real thing. In Dallas, everybody knows that tacos y mas.
Yeah, that's E.
Taco y Mas is the spot. Several locations around town. This place is super legit and unreal margaritas. If either of you are out here, check it out and shoot me an email. I'll join you on buying. Sean in Dallas. You been there?
No, but I believe that's tacos and more.
Look at that.
But remember my babble?
Because your dog's Italian and Spanish is close.
Close.
That was one of the funniest things I've ever heard someone say that was so dumb and they were so serious at the same time.
It makes a ton of sense.
I get it.
It
how
kills
makes
two
sense.
birds with one stone.
Right. I'm learning Spanish because my dog's Italian and they're similar.
That's right.
It makes perfect sense to me.
It does.
It's just very
very similar languages. I feel like if I knew one, I could get by in the other. But
notwithstanding the fact that your dog doesn't speak any language.
Well.
It's just, I love that you're like, I love that that was your reason. How is your Spanish going? Can you speak mucho or un poquito? That means more.
No.
Okay, all right, sorry.
I got it.
All right.
No, I'm not trying it yet.
Très bien.
No, I'm not trying it yet.
You know what this is right here?
What?
La mesa.
That's wood.
No, the table.
I got it.
Okay, la mesa. Very good.
Okay. All right. What have you been up to?
Okay, so I'm going to give you like a before and after. I leave for Raleigh this week.
Okay.
I'm so pumped.
What are you doing in Raleigh again?
I'm doing 2 comedy
yes.
shows.
I should take Raider in.
You should take our friendship more seriously. But when you hear this, I'll have already gone. So ask me how it went.
How'd it go?
Unreal.
Really? You got a good response.
These guys were great.
The crowd was active and really into it. You get good responses. Very validating.
Just phenomenal. So I leave Thursday, but when you hear this, I'll have already gone. So let's just assume that
fantastic.
I mean,
you feel prepared?
I do feel prepared. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on me.
You sure you don't?
I really don't. Particularly in this subject matter, because it's like, this is really the truth as it relates to stand-up comedy. It's like this. It's like the big guys are out there and they're like on the PGA Tour. Okay.
Right.
You have never played golf before and I've played 10 times. So I've played infinitely more times than you have.
I don't know if it's infinitely more. It's 10 times.
10 times more than you have. I played golf 100 times more than you.
Still not infinite.
But so far from
the pros.
The pros. So I don't want to be, but yes, I'm prepared. What's interesting is I'm doing 2 nights of the same crowd.
So you got different material.
And so the question is, do you go strong stuff first? Like, do you do your best stuff first night? So the second night, you'll get audience accommodation. We've talked about that before. Do you remember that?
Like people just think automatically that you're good. So they come in prepared to laugh and they're.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just straight like fire.
Is this the kind of crowd that you feel like is doing like eating gummies in the parking lot? Or is this a little bit more of like a bougie sort of situation?
But it's all men like kind of around our age. And it'll be boozy-ish.
Boozy?
It'll be boozy. I don't think anybody be out of control. It'll be boozy. I bet there'll be some gummies.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
Hey,
if I had to guess.
It generally puts you in a more of a, what you could get is do your weaker stuff night one.
See, you go ahead. I'll listen.
And then maybe everybody really sauces it up for the second night. And so then you're even exponentially more funny. So it's like setting low expectations and then blowing them out of the water.
Hear your theory. I probably wouldn't agree to do this again now, really thinking about it. But I'm going to go what I think, like I'm going to go greatest hits first. And it went great.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm really happy.
I was worried. Glad we talked about it.
I ate at Jersey Mike's today.
How's the heartburn?
My heartburn's okay right now. It's fine. Actually, I didn't get anything spicy on the sub.
That's a decision. Is that right there, my friends? That is self-control in action right there.
Well, I don't consider it spicy. I did get the Chipotle Philly cheesesteak.
Well, that's probably the spiciest item they have.
I mean, they have jalapenos.
Do you do like a cherry pepper or
no, they don't. It's just like bell peppers, sweet peppers, and onions. Anyways, it was just a plug for Jersey Mike. It's very good. And
never eaten there.
It's very delicious. You have one in College Park, very close to you.
Yeah, it's probably loaded with all kinds of stuff I can't eat.
It is. It's a very good sub place. It's efficient. You feel taken care of. They have these Mrs. Vic's spicy dill pickle chips.
I do like a Mrs. Vic's dill pickle.
They have the spicy dill pickle chips. They're very delicious. Very delicious. On top of that, I came and I stopped at a racetrack. A fairly new, 10
years.
10 years. But it's a newer building, newer footprint. It's got everything you need inside. And a bit of a tougher area town. And
what does that mean, tough area?
Just a bit more challenged in the socio-demographic.
Is there a census at the door? I mean, how would you know what the their demographic
Just
is.
the cleanliness of the store,
Uh-huh.
the arguments that were going on in the parking lot.
Describe those people that were arguing. What's like if you were describing?
A really
I'm trying to get you to say something.
I thought this gentleman,
racist here.
this was a white gentleman.
A white gentleman.
A white gentleman looked a little, maybe a bit downtrodden, unkempt,
Unkempt.
wasn't shaven. Sure. And he had his lady. They were arguing with each other.
Had a bit of a dust up, did they?
Bit of a dust up. And the dude
love
was
that
probably
term.
an older sort of Corolla that he was maybe driving.
Okay. You know, the average millionaire drives a 6-year-old paid off car. Is it
Yeah.
possible?
This was probably a 20-year-old car.
Maybe he was a multimillionaire.
Maybe. And he got in the car while screaming at his lady friend and then peeled out of the
Ooh,
parking
front
lot.
wheel drive. It's tough.
Yeah, very tough. He floored it.
Did he?
Yep, and took. I mean, like, could have easily clipped a kid. I mean, like, it was.
Oh, not
But it also
cool.
shares a parking lot with a Home Depot, which I
Yes.
think has a lot of rental things that go in and out of there, trucks,
Yeah.
equipment, and
Could have
stuff like
smoked
that.
one of those guys.
That's right. It was a lot going on there, and the bathroom was just extremely untidy. But I walked up to the counter, and I've been trying to up my shoe game as of late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking fresh today.
Thanks, thank you. Walked up, and the lady behind the counter kind of leaned over and told me, "I like your shoes."
Oh, you got all right.
Yeah, but
Bit of a local.
Yeah, she was kind of a hip looking African American lady.
Yep,
So I felt like what she said carried some more weight.
totally.
That she would know.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That
I don't know
feels
why
like
you think
a
that.
positively racist thing to say.
I don't think that's
Well-
racist at all.
Well, I am classifying what someone would do based on their race or what they would know based on their race.
I don't think you know what that word.
Okay, it was racially profiling.
It was. Yeah.
I just assumed that she was cooler because she was a black lady, and
she noticed your shoes.
she leaned over the counter, looked at him, and said,
Those
like your
are
shoes.
that is a good wheel. Those are some fresh wheels over
I don't
there.
know anything about shoes. I just got them, just when I took the kids to the
I've
outlet.
looked so many times.
They're not as comfy as the ons, anywhere close.
I believe that, but I do believe that. But they are just they're so cool.
Thank you.
I don't think I could pull it off.
I think you could. You have a nice ankle and a good calf.
I do have a nice ankle.
Yeah, and a good calf.
That matters.
It's extremely important to your shoe game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think
That's why I wear the low cut sock.
well, these are actually my 11-year-old socks.
Oh, I've done that before.
They just were in my laundry today, so I just
Mm,
grabbed them. But I think this is what the kids are wearing now. This kind of like these ankle sort of looks.
Oh, I'll give you the look, the teenage look. You ready?
Yeah.
If you're going to like youth group or like a friend's house or something, you ready for this?
Okay.
Okay. It is a hat, a highly curated hat.
Right. Clean, in good shape.
Typically, but it could also be like a ratty camo hat, but it's curated. Like this, it didn't happen. Like
It's
there
not
was.
an accident.
Oh no.
Yeah,
there was a
They
selection.
weren't wearing it doing the lawn.
Not necessarily. That's not necessarily what I mean. What I mean is like they took care in selecting the hat.
We have a lot of hats though.
A lot of hats.
Yeah.
Love a hat guy, regardless of the temperature outside.
Okay.
Your hoodie is going to be either they love a white hoodie. They love a white hoodie. Usually get like a chocolate stain on it or something. They love a white hoodie.
Okay.
Then some short athletic shorts, short,
Yep.
like we used to wear at college, like a Chubbies or something like that.
Yep.
Grass cutter socks higher than yours, white
Okay.
calf length socks.
Yep.
Camo Crocs.
Yeah, my kids are into the Crocs. They're into those socks. Maddie wears a hoodie
Yep.
all the time.
That's the outfit.
He's 11. He has a fro though, so I'm trying to get him to cut his hair like
Patrick Mahomes.
we're gonna take him to a black barber across town. Yeah,
Might be one over there by that racetrack.
we had to ask a dad on his basketball team.
How did that go? Was that sensitive?
No,
I mean, he does have really like coarse, thick,
it's
wiry.
borderline African American hair.
Yes. Was your hair that curly?
It was that curly. It wasn't anywhere close to that dense.
Okay.
Like his is thick and coarse.
Your guy could go underwater, come up, shake his head, and it would be like,
for the first dip, yes, it'll eventually soak. But yes, it is. I mean, I don't.
I think you should do the Patrick Mahomes like that, kind of like it's like a mullet,
Yeah,
but it's
short on the side and then kind of come around. It's not.
Jordan
it's-
Travis has the same one.
Yes, very similar.
Joe Noto had the same one.
Joe Noto has that hair. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
fresh cut.
That's
I'm here for
that's what I want. I showed him pictures of it. I mean, I think I showed him the wrong guys. I showed him some guys in the NBA that have that haircut, and he was like, "Ugh, ugh."
No, it's a cool haircut.
It's very cool.
Okay, so
I'm wearing multiple free fly things. I'm wearing
as am I.
I'm wearing these
So
shorts.
just to be clear, I tried the new hoodies.
Yeah.
They're awesome. These are my words, not theirs. I bet they're 40% lighter than these. It's like a straight, like true performance bamboo material. Phenomenal. Also got the underwear. Massive fan.
Would you rather not be able to brush your teeth for a year, or not? You had to wear underwear every single day, but they weren't clean.
Is that your would you rather?
No.
Oh, Okay, you can't brush your teeth for a year, or
A
you,
year,
or
or
you can't change your underwear for a year,
Yeah.
or what? What happens?
No, you're forced. I don't know. You die.
You gotta go to jail.
You die.
I'd rather die than go to jail for sure. Oh, that is so foul. And I think you're opening up for a lot of bacteria.
Everywhere.
All right, I'd wear the same underwear, and here's why. For that year, I would just live near a shower.
Constantly taking showers.
I would only be in that underwear for 2 hours at a time.
What about golf?
I'd be out. I couldn't play golf.
Okay.
All right, freeflyapparel.com.
Yeah.
Go get some stuff. Love it.
I was trying to get you to give them a plug that their underwear were breathable. Yeah.
I would wear
No, you missed
Free Fly
You missed
Apparel
it.
underwear.
You missed it.
Their underwear is awesome. Big fan.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do my show and share? This is fun. You ever heard of a penny auction?
No.
Okay, so penny auction was created, like that term was in the mid 1930s. So we're just out of the Depression, or maybe we're kind of at the tail end. How long did that last? 10 years?
No, the Depression in the last 10 years.
So 1936 would be just
You're out of it.
At penny auctions, after banks had foreclosed on farms, the other farmers would agree to go to the auction to buy the farm,
Right.
and they would conspire to offer low bids, resulting in a low return to the creditor. You with me?
Got it.
And then the final buyer would then return the property to the destitute farmer, and they would.
It was 10 years, 29 to 39.
Okay, so there you go. 1936, we're in the middle of it. So your farm's being foreclosed on. We get all of our other farmer buddies to come bid on it, and we just absolutely lowball. Well, they ultimately have to sell it. The bank does.
Yeah, they're unloading it.
They have to unload it. And then we as a group, or if I bought it, I return it to you.
Sure.
And, and then what they would do, they would have hangman nooses around where the auction, as to warn squirrely bidders. Like, if you come in here and you try to like actually buy it, like you're going to keep it for yourself, like you're not part of the crew,
We'll kill you.
which kill you.
I think you get away with that back then.
Sure. Penny auction. So there you go.
You
Now
can't
know
get
what
away
penny
with it
auction
now.
is. No, because some people are like, I don't care. You're not going to kill me. So
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
You get caught if you.
Correct. Back then it was like the law.
You're an organ donor.
Yeah. Do we talk about this?
Yeah,
I didn't want to be.
I know.
I am now. I'm glad I am. I understand it better.
It's the right thing to do.
I just didn't understand it before.
I love how you thought they were just picking and choosing who lives and who dies. Like, the younger fella down the hall here. We'll go ahead and just kill this guy real quick.
Well, I didn't think they would like shoot me, but I thought they'd be like, all right, let's just give them 2 pumps of morphine, and then I die. And they're like, hey, good news.
So, I mean, it seems like the right thing to do from just a life standpoint too. You save a life, right?
And I hesitate to broadcast this to all 60,000 ears that are listening. I am so, this, I'm so desperately, is that the right word? I'm so deeply afraid of needles.
Yeah.
So I don't donate blood.
Okay.
Do you donate blood?
I have to go get a phlebotomy every 8 weeks.
I don't know what that means.
Where they take blood out, like a pint of blood.
But you're not donating that.
No, I'm not. It's actually a purge. My body overproduces red blood cells. So my blood, I get like a high hemoglobin count because of testosterone.
I've never heard, like a lot of things I've learned about you.
That's true.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So if I can do my part in being an organ donor,
Yeah.
I would recommend them just go ahead and throw in my liver in the trash.
Probably the kidneys too.
Oh, really?
Apparently the Pope is not allowed to be an organ donor.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is there a reasoning behind that?
I think it has something to do with like why you weren't supposed to get cremated back in the day.
Okay.
The resurrection of the body, allegedly.
Okay.
So no, the Pope doesn't care about life and they're not organ donors.
Not allowed to be.
No Pope has ever donated organs. It's not an organ.
Could you
donor.
imagine that? Like they get in there in their chair. It's like, all right, anything else I need to do? And they're like, yeah, look at the list. Oh, one more thing. Are you an organ donor? I am. All right. Can you call the DMV and undo? Can you undo that?
I'm sure you can. Of course you can do it.
You think they're like, well, why?
No, I don't think that. When have you been to the DMV and the person at the DMV cares one iota about you?
About anything.
Anything.
About anything.
Nothing. Besides when's their lunch break and when they get off.
That's why Zootopia, that scene
Oh,
is so
flash,
good.
flash, 100-yard
100-yard
dash. All right.
What are you doing now?
I'm going to do a pop quiz.
Okay.
Did you do yours? Oh, yeah, you did the penny auction.
Yeah.
In 2009, Stephen Hawking had an event for time travel. He notified the public after the event. Okay.
Yeah.
How many people showed up?
0.
0.
Really? So it didn't work?
Didn't work.
I love everything about that. That is awesome.
I mean, talk about putting it to the test.
That was like, it's not like, but it's kind of like when Geraldo Rivera opened. Just Sam, give me a minute.
Geraldo.
No, this is good. Trust me.
Geraldo starts with a G.
I got that. Oh, okay. I love that. I love that. And it's kind of like on live television in Chicago, beneath the Lexington Hotel, the gangster Al Capone's secret vault
Okay.
was there. And Geraldo has this live television event where they're going to open the safe and there's nothing in it.
Nothing.
Nothing. 1986.
Oh.
And it was like really embarrassing. I mean, it's live TV.
What?
1986, not a lot going on television.
Oh no. Darn, I remember like it wasn't much going on television until like the late 2000s.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was like the must-see event. Yeah, this is like Geraldo was like, this is way before his Fox News days when he was like that, salacious daytime TV host.
Like Maury Povich, Geraldo Rivera,
Ricky Lake,
Sally
Jesse Raphael,
Jerry Springer.
Yeah. There's got to be more.
Oh.
Montel Williams.
Montel
Jordan is, this is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Whoop. All right. I'm ready for my pop quiz. I like to.
Yeah. I feel like you travel. You're not afraid to go to New Orleans for
a passport.
You're not afraid to go to Denver.
No.
Pick up supplies.
No.
You're not afraid to travel.
It's not much that scares me outside of Russians, roofs, chainsaws, and motorcycles.
How many commercial airports? And I'll let you get within. If you get within 500, that'll win.
Wow.
How many commercial airports? Two-parter. How many commercial airports are in the United States, and which is the largest?
The largest by landmass, by traffic.
I happen to know that it's the largest by landmass and square footage. This is in the United States.
That would be Dallas, Fort Worth.
Okay. DFW.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just know because it feels like it takes an hour to drive around that thing.
Right.
Or I could be wrong. That's just experience. I bet it's like some Western airport or something like that. Anyways.
How many commercial airports?
How many commercial airports? There are. Now that includes regional airports as well. So
yeah.
Let's go with, I have to be within 500. Jeez.
You'll be within 1,000?
Okay. How about 10,000?
Okay. There's not 10,000.
Oh, well, you made it seem like there were a lot if I was within 500.
I feel like I made it seem like there wasn't that many if you were within 500. I gave you a reasonable accommodation.
Okay. Let me do this then. Let's say there are 10, 25 per state. No, 20 per state.
Okay.
That's not true. There are 10 per state.
Okay. That's 500.
So 500.
5,000.
That's a lot.
I thought it was a lot. And the largest by square footage and landmass is Atlanta's Hartsfield Airport.
I was going to go with that, which is, I know it's the most heavily trafficked.
Oh, it's one of the busiest in the world.
Yeah.
I think Heathrow, Charles de Gaulle. I'm saying that right.
Charles de Gaulle.
But they don't say it. I think they say Charles de Gaulle.
Oh, they do? I feel like the French omit a lot of letters in their pronunciation of things, or just kind of meld them all together. Charles de Gaulle.
I remember I had a tennis coach who's French. He used to say, if you play well, we'll get in the pool.
In the what?
In the pool.
The pool?
The pool. Go and jump in the pool.
It's just missing the L.
The pool. But he said it a lot cooler than me.
Oh, I bet he sounded amazing.
He sounded awesome. Good shot. The pool for you.
Wait, did he make that face when he did it?
Yeah, very French.
Wow.
Baguette had the beret, black and white striped shirt, just smoking the cigarette with a little mustache.
The French do love cigs.
They do.
They live a long time too.
You know what their popular cigarette brand over there is? Gauloise.
I remember you used to try to smoke those, didn't you?
I tried them. Not for me.
They're too strong?
They're just Frenchy. Ugh.
Frenchy?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Just very European, very old world tasting. You know, like an old world wine.
Yeah, kind of earthy.
Yeah, I do love those though.
The French, I mean, I just kind of feel like, I don't know. I was going to say something I shouldn't have said.
The good is we can edit it out. We're snaking it, so it's my.
Yeah, would you rather? I just had to burp and I moved away out of respect for our audience.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Not for me. Got another one? Jersey Mike's?
No, it's a Celsius. It's my second one.
Would you rather be the absolute best at something that no one takes seriously, or be average at something well respected? I mean, you can do every yo-yo trick out there. People are like, all right, again with the yo-yo. Here comes Matt with the yo-yo again.
I'd rather be average. You know what? That's not true. I'd rather be the best at something that's not respected, because I feel like in today's YouTube culture, I could monetize that. I could find my people.
That's a great point.
I could find my people with YouTube, and I could get my own YouTube channel, and I'd be like Forrest Gump ping pong of yo-yos.
Just insane.
Yeah.
But even yo-yos, some people like a yo-yo. I'm talking about you're the best at, I don't know.
Flip cupping?
Kids are into that.
You're going to find
You're right.
Your people. It doesn't mean it's respected.
Yeah, you're right.
And the views are all that matter. I bet I could turn that into a couple $1 million a year. if I was the best at it.
Well, I'd run by the Dunkin' store and get you a almost a donut, get you a yo-yo. Dunkin's yo-yos, right? Not the
Do they sell yo-yos at the Dunkin' Donuts?
No. Dunkin' is a brand of yo-yo. Duncan, like someone's name.
Oh,
Not like he was dunking.
I didn't know that.
You know, that's what Dunkin' is short for. Dunking Donuts.
No. I knew that.
Okay, you didn't know.
I didn't know what the
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin'.
Can't say it. Dunkin' yo-yos.
Okay, that's good to know.
They made the butterfly. Remember that?
No.
Pretty good yo-yo back in the day. I was no Smothers brother, but I could walk the dog.
Smothers brother. What's that?
Oh, the Smothers brothers had a yo-yo routine. It's part of their act.
Okay.
I could walk the dog, rock the baby, do the Eiffel Tower, go around the world. I mean, I had some tricks.
Interesting.
I got 40,000 followers on my YouTube channel.
Would you rather have your house completely carpeted
Already gross.
or completely tiled?
Everything about that's so uncomfortable.
It's really-
Did you do that? I mean, you know, I'm so tactile. I mean, I'm so
Upstairs
tactile.
is tile too, and
It's just loud.
it's cold.
Can I use area rugs? You knew I was going to ask that. So you just sit down for dinner and it squeaks across the.
It's uncomfortable to think about.
I don't mean to over.
But think about this too.
it's nauseating to
think
me.
about your bathroom being carpeted.
Gross. You get out and it's just wet from the night before. Tile. Because I could clean it.
You definitely can clean it.
I'd clean it.
You can clean tile. All
Oh,
right.
that's gross.
Two truths. You ready?
Yes.
A singular spaghetti strand is called spaghetto. If a polar bear and a grizzly mate, their offspring is called a pizzy bear. Harry Styles has 3 nipples.
You've done that before.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No.
Yes, you have. You've done that third one before.
Really? Okay, so what's the lie?
The spaghetti-o. is the
That's
one.
not true. See, you're as much of an idiot as I have because
They're all 3 true.
no, if I had done the Harry Styles one before, you would know that he has 4 nipples, not 3.
That's bizarre. I thought you did that before. So it's called a spaghetti-o?
It's called a spaghetti, not a spaghetti-o, just spaghetti-o. Spaghetto.
Use it in a sentence.
The spaghetto fell off my fork. The
The-
spaghetto strand.
The box of spaghetti was empty except for one spaghetto.
Yes.
I think I would just call it a spaghetti piece. Or I would just say the little spaghetti, it's like a single, like a spaghetto. It's called a Pizzy bear?
Pizzy. Pizzy. Bear.
A Pizzy bear.
I think that would be a violent encounter. Polar bears are a lot bigger than grizzlies.
Polar bears are massive.
Yeah. Big bear.
I've seen one mounted in taxidermy. They're like 8 or 9 feet tall.
They're like the apex land predator. Yeah.
All right,
Harry
ready for
Styles
mine?
has 4 nipples.
Yeah, he's a problem.
I wonder if they're equally placed, like, or if he just has like one up here and then like one like towards the center. And so he has the 2 where they're supposed to be, but then 2 just other randoms.
Or is it like a European plug where like the holes don't line up?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, good looking guy, super talented.
You think?
So like think that you're like
You
a
think
luck,
you
you're
get
like
a
a
little
lucky
surgery.
you're a lucky lady, right? After a Harry Styles show back in the day.
You're going, whoa.
He's single and he's like, "Hey, do you want to hang out after the show?" And she's like, "Absolutely." And they're like being young and doing
Yep.
young things
Yep.
and he takes off his shirt and she's like, "Are you sick? Do you have an illness? Like, do you think that would kill her vibe or do you think she powers through that?"
Well, it's hard to know. But
And
I'm
I wonder if they're
nauseated by it.
all equally sensitive too.
I'm nauseated by the whole thing. Like beyond, actually. First, she hit me with the carpet, which I hate carpet. The tile's so loud. Now I got to do this. All right, here's mine.
So
You ready?
cold too. The tile's so cold.
2 and a lie. Now pay attention.
Okay, thanks.
Tacos were originally invented by the Aztecs who wrapped fish in corn tortillas. The world's largest burrito was made in Mexico City and it weighed over 12,000 pounds. The tradition of adding a lime to Mexican beer like Corona originated as a way to keep flies away from the rim of the bottle. They're good, aren't they? They all sound true, don't they?
They do. It's something off, like not a corn tortilla.
I don't do that. You do that.
When did I
don't
do that? When did I do that?
He doesn't have 3 nipples. He has 4. You just, like, so.
Well, that's important. I
I'm just saying,
one
you
extra
do
nipple
that.
is a big,
I don't
big
do
deal.
that. You do that. I don't do that.
Don't do-
I don't do that. I do it fair and square.
I think that the world's largest burrito is not in Mexico City. It's somewhere else.
Okay, well, that is the lie, but I don't know that it's because of the Mexico City.
How much does it weigh? 12,000 pounds is a lot. That's impossible. Did you know that 75% of the world's diet is made up of like 5?
Buddy, that is the Mexico City is the lie. It was done in 2010. It weighed
Sounds so
12,785
American.
pounds, and it was in Mexicali.
Where is that? Is that Mexico?
Well, it's got to be somewhere between Mexico and California.
Maybe it's a town in New Mexico.
Could be New Jersey.
It could be. Sounds something
Mexicali,
like
New
New
Jersey?
Jersey would do. Sounds like something like.
Yeah, Baja, California, Mexicali. You're the Baja.
Have you ever been to Baja, California? Seems like a place too. There's not a lot of like drug cartel.
Will Sasso loves to do a impression of who's the Jesse the Body Ventura, talking about the Baja. You got to go down to the Baja. Will Sasso is very funny. Well, he just makes fun of this guy nonstop.
I would like to go there though.
So what Momberg says. Sam, just cut it for a second. Jack, do not put this in. Jack just texted me. If someone were to run over a person in the middle of the road and kill them, it'll be the driver's fault, not the person standing there's fault. Correct? That's a bizarre question.
That is correct though. He's probably like rapping with his friends, you know. Yes, vehicles always have to yield to pedestrians.
Yes.
I would say 99% of the time. You could be driving and some crazy person could just jump out in front of you all of a
Can't do
sudden.
anything about it.
Right. But if the person's standing there and you did not yield, just thinking to yourself like, okay, I have the right of way. You're clearly standing in the middle of the road and I have a green light. I can go.
You can't just run somebody over.
You cannot.
All right, don't put that in there. I don't want that question being asked. All right.
It's a good question though.
It is a good question. I can ask you again.
Yeah, ask me again.
All right, you can put this in. Here's a bizarre question. I'm sorry, it's a little morbid.
I don't think it's morbid.
If someone were to run over a person in the middle of the road and kill them, would it be the driver's fault or the person standing there?
So I think that you need to, here's a lawyer answer. Probably depend on what state
Okay.
and the level of severity.
Kind of a morbid.
Traffic laws are state laws.
Probably have different speed limits in different states.
That's probably one reason. But I think that the answer is like 99% of the time, it's the driver's responsibility to yield to pedestrians. But if you just have like a
The pedestrian has the right of way.
They do. But you could have this pedestrian like with like schizo or something like that, or like hell-bent on committing suicide or something like that, just jump out in front of you when you're driving down the road.
Likely the driver's fault. He goes, and yet mom refuses to buy me a new basketball, even though it's the second ball she ran over because I guess it was my fault for leaving it there. He thinks I'm going to get in the middle of this.
That's your battle, buddy. Not him. Not you. Him.
Put your ball away. All right. Now, Sam, you can cut all this out. You can leave this part about me and Matt in there, but you can cut the stuff out, Jack being an idiot. All right. That it for you?